Okay, so today is going to be a pretty funny day because our great friend is coming here today, and we're going to introduce him to our collection of great acoustic instruments. But there is a plot twist. You don't know it yet, but he is not gonna, play all the great Martins. He's gonna play something different today. And the thing is, he is a great bluegrass musician, and this where it gets funny. So he should be here really soon, and we will be ready to start. Okay, Alex, thank you so much for coming here.
It's a pleasure.
Yeah. So guess what we've been doing today?
We have been planning some acoustic adventure.
Absolutely. Yeah. And guess what's right behind you? Do you have a favorite Martin?
Well, if we talk about Martins, I have two. That would be D18, because that's the iconic piece for anybody who plays flat picking, because you kind of get the association with Doc Watson, because Doc Watson was the one who brought the D18 guitars up, to the legendary top. And my second favorite Martin would probably be Single 018. Well, which you do not have, but I see you have the Triple O.
Well, so D18, right?
Yeah, that's the one that,
Absolutely. Beautiful instrument, the legend of American craftsmanship. The only thing I missed is maybe the tortoise binding, they used to do back in the 40s.
Probably.
Yeah. But that's not why we're here today. So we're going to take one of these instead.
Oh my God.
And this is my friend. There's something called ENYA Next G.
That's actually the first time I'm ever touching anything like that. And it looks like some cyborg or I don't know. Like some, Star Wars style guitar with.
All the jokes aside, I'm really interested in what would you say?
I'm interested as well.
Yeah, because this is a fascinating piece of equipment.
How does it work? I mean, is that the speaker?
Yeah, this literally is a speaker. The whole guitar is the speaker itself. And if you just press and hold this button, we're going to hear a little jingle. Give it a try.
Whoa.
And also you have different sound options. So if you just press once, you switch to the different preset, and there are
it's a singer. So it's going to be probably more muted.
With the singer mode, it kind of adds a little bit of
like a chorus.
Yeah, to make a better bass for vocals.
Feels a little bit like a 12-string guitar.
Yeah,
just a little bit.
The next one is
finger, it says.
Yeah, there is built-in delay as well, and there is also an application for your mobile phone where you just set up exactly how you want it to behave. You have reverb, delay, chorus, flanger, and you can set up each of them individually. But the craziest part is that you can literally use this like a multimedia station, and it has three main features for this. So first of all, it acts like a Bluetooth speaker, so you can literally just connect to the guitar and use it as a speaker. And it's pretty loud. If I crank up the volume, it's really loud, Yeah. The next one. You gotta do this.
Sound of the river, you stop and you hold everything.
It actually comes together with a microphone. And which is instantly hardwired to this exactly guitar.
Whoa.
And it's going to be.
The band is blowing Dixie, double full time.
But even funny is that I can actually. You see this button up here?
Aye?
Yeah, the second one.
Yes.
If you try press and holding it.
Whoa!
It literally cuts out the vocals of the song, and you can use this like a karaoke basically.
That's awesomely sick.
And like,
I mean, you do expect things from a carbon-bodied instrument because, well, and totally expectable.
yeah, it's like, you know, it's among professional musicians, it kind of becoming like a trend nowadays because, of course, it's a different sound. Yeah, nobody's going to say that you're going to sound like Martin guitar.
True.
But this one doesn't fear of like weather and sun and anything. You can like throw it in the back of your car and everything's going to be fine.
You know what I'm saying? I think this thing kind of embodies the trend for digitalization that is now ruling the planet.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
I mean, you can just have an electric guitar, but again, for electric guitar, you do need, you know, tons of equipment, tons of hardware, you know, all those, you know, pedals, amps, and, you know, pickups. And again, since you're an electric guitar person, so you should know everything about it. And again, those things are complicated, and a person who just wants to try something new can just get a hold of this.
You know, like for me, guitars like this are mainly valuable because this is like a source of inspiration. Because it gives such a lot of like new opportunities in your hand that make guitar playing just, you know, more entertaining. And that's why I really, really love stuff like this.
And that's
the thing that makes somebody who never played guitar start playing guitar.
Right, and it calls for experiment.
Yeah.
I mean, for guys like us who have their tastes like electric and acoustic instruments, this one, again, like you said, it will not replace an electric guitar or an acoustic guitar,
Absolutely.
but this thing will. It calls for experiment.
Yeah.
And that's why it feels awesome.
And let me just put one final nail in the coffin of your bluegrass soul.
Of my how do you call it? Of my traditionalism.
Yeah. So here also, like in package with the guitar, comes a set of in-ear headphones.
Oh gosh.
So have you ever seen something like this?
Oh, you mean you can plug it in?
Yeah. Here, like if you turn it around, there is an array of outputs. Like this one
God.
is supposed for streaming. So it just puts the whole mix, and you can connect it to your phone and like make a live stream on Instagram or something.
Sure, yeah.
There is input for external mic if you don't want to use this one for some reason.
I see.
And yeah, so this is the output for headphones. So you can just play quietly and like
and enjoy all of these features that are.
Yeah, or you can use it like a monitoring. If you are playing like, for example, like even busking in the street, you can have like live monitoring of what you're playing, and you know, this is really, really cool. Bye-bye. But now I got, you know, kind of challenge for you.
It is.
So this one will go back on the shelf.
Let it stay there.
And ENYA has kind of different guitar, a smaller one. It's called ENYA Nova Go.
Oh,
and it's right over here. It's
the Les Paul.
Kinda, yeah, kinda like. Which color do you?
Let's do it. Let's do the Surf Green one.
Okay. Surf Green it is. And this is a small guitar. It's meant for like traveling and stuff. It's like super light, super portable. And I challenge you to play some Doc Watson on this one.
Oh my gosh.
It's not as advanced as the last one, but actually also has like hidden features. So if you press and hold once again, you see the green light comes in, and it adds up a touch of reverb. It's not much, but that's enough to make this guitar sound bigger than it actually is. If you press once again, you get kind of chorus-like effect. Here should be the delay. Oh. Wow, 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 wow. I think this should sound fine.
If we do some Doc Watson thing, let it be.
It's the worst guitar in the world to play Doc Watson, honestly.
Sure, I mean,
a short scale.
True. But
it's meant for like beginner players. It has like not hard string tension. So like all the worst thing possible for a flat picker musician. gives out like vibes of really old parlor guitars. It has this kind of ding inside, and it sounds well better than I expected. It has a charm, you know.
It does. Because again, first thing, I think you do not expect anything from a treble guitar, because a treble guitar is just, you know, a set of strings with some box that resonates. Mm-hmm. You do not expect a wow effect from that, but with these features,
and like for me, probably like the coolest one when you twist it down a little bit so that you can barely hear this, and you know, when somebody doesn't know the secret, it feels like the guitar itself sounds kind of weird,
right?
You know? Because you don't see the speaker, the sound is coming right inside, from inside of the guitar. And so like the sound of the speakers that make an effect, it bounces off the body and kind of mixes with the natural sound of the guitar.
It does.
And that's like where the magic comes from.
And you know, I always associate short scale guitars with finger picking. I'm not a big specialist, but let's see how it rolls.
It's kind of even better in finger picking, honestly.
It does, because it's kind of, it sounds gently, and it does that kind of, I would say, nice muting, because you can have bad muting when you want to crash, and you know the muting then comes in, and here you kind of need that muting, so it works well. And if we do it, wait a sec, I think this thing
it's just a Looney Tunes button.
No, this thing can actually help you imitate, if you want to imitate some old style rock and roll or country music, like, you know, early Elvis or Johnny Cash. Imagine a Johnny Cash style Telecaster.
Like when you drop in those muted notes and you don't let this funny thing start this wangling, you know, if it just stays in the background,
sure. It works.
Yeah.
Again, of course, it will not replace a serious instrument if we're talking about some serious acoustic guitar or a serious electric guitar, but it rocks. You know?
Finally, I'm gonna stop torturing you.
Oh, you're gonna give me something big.
Yeah. This one actually feels like a real solid guitar, and it's you know, like where carbon is initially was meant to be. That's one of the main guitars by ENYA. And the thing is, since you're not limited by the weakness of the woods, and you don't have to like put such a lot of braces over here to support the wood and not make it break, it allows you to build and kind of you know, make the whole body as a giant speaker.
Right.
And this allows for a much more bass that you are used to in any guitar.
Does it mean that this thing has no bracing at all?
It has kind of bracing, but you know, those are braces that are like 5 millimeters thick. They're really tiny, just, you know, to help, but they almost do not limit the vibrations at all.
Sure, and I feel that, you know, the top is not super. It's not super thick. I was thinking it would be thicker, but you know, it's not super
no, it's
thick.
carbon. It's really, you know, it's really hard material.
Yeah. Okay, and it also has, I see, the jack input.
Yeah. So. Like actually, all guitars we've been playing so far, they all have jack output.
And this one too?
Even this little thing. Yeah.
Oh Jesus, I never saw it.
And here is a charge port. Just a typical USB Type-C.
I love how distinct the sounds are. You know, they're very distinct.
And it also does have this built-in speaker.
Show me.
So yeah, just once again press and hold this one. And here you can actually like have more freedom who is making it. You see the delay, you have 3 types of different reverbs, so you can kind of tune it to your liking, like more precisely than this one.
Again, it. This delay even makes it sound a little bit like a bouzouki kind of thing. So it kind of copies the the sound octave up.
Yeah, the flat picking kicks in.
It's a little bit too much.
And it's, it's a totally different, like, sonic sound experience. Like, it feels like you're in a recording studio and you're in your headphones. And there are some, and the thing is, like, the sound is coming right from here, from this big sound hole. So, like, the way it spreads out, it's even, it's really different.
It does feel very different, right?
Yeah. It's kind of feels more like listening to a recording.
Right.
Rather than playing yourself, so you kind of feel yourself a little bit distant from what you're playing. It's hard to explain, but that's kind of what it feels to me.
It does. When I'm studying the sound of an acoustic guitar, I always practice several things. So it's of course some flat picking, classical flat picking, like what we did now. It's some finger thing, which we're gonna try later. But the next thing that I'm always doing is I'm trying to add a little bit of a Django, thing. So we need to experiment. If we put it like this, probably. It does get the feeling. It doesn't get lost. So I love it. Again, this thing, I'm not now sure which one I like more, the handle one, or this one, because this one does not have the function of a Bluetooth speaker and all that shit. But in general, this thing impresses a lot. Of course, again, this will probably not replace a professional instrument in case we're talking about, some Martin or a classical electric guitar, be that Strat or Telecaster or anything, or Les Paul, as you're holding in your hand. But this thing is there to impress.
Absolutely, yeah.
I was not aware of anything. I just thought, oh, that's just some plastic guitar. And because it does look like that a little bit, but I kind of
tell me, is it really your first time playing a guitar like this?
Ever. I saw them, in the picture a couple of times, and the first association I had was like, well, that's just some plastic guitar, like like in a toy store, you see like the plastic ukulele you get for your kid, but this one.
Did the thing make you kind of change your mind?
Sure, it did, absolutely. It impressed me a lot, and I would say that there's a tiny worm that's now living inside of my head that says, maybe you need one. So I'm telling you. So this thing does, wait a second, so if we switch it off, again, it sounds awesome even without.
Just for myself, it's an absolutely solid guitar.
And it responds to shaking, this thing that, if you're an acoustic guitar player, you kind of associate the level of your guitar with the way how it responds to shakes. It does respond to shakes.
I'm now going to do a shake test for every guitar I play. But does it respond to shake?
And the sound stays. It does stay. Again, unlike, for example, some laminate guitars. Laminate guitars never keep the sound going. This one does keep, and that's a muted chord. Even the muted chord stays here. I mean, damn long.
Yeah.
I'm impressed. So, ladies and gents, once you're making a choice, and if you're up to some experiment in the musical sphere, maybe you're just beginning, maybe you're rediscovering some guitar features for yourself, maybe you're an acoustic guitar player who wants something else, maybe you are an electric guitar player who also wants something different from what
or
they
maybe
used
you
to.
have a friend, musician,
Right, so
who's bored of playing Martins.
Right. This thing works as an experimental. It calls you for experiments.
Absolutely, yeah.
And that's unbelievable. Saying again, oh, by the way, we never tried this one on fingers, so let's try the finger thing here.
Nice one to finish, I guess.
Very.
So, should we play one of these?
Yeah!
Not today. See you next time, guys.
See you
Thank you for
guys.
sticking with us tonight. See you. Ciao.